To those of you giving your absolute best every single day, let's take a moment to pause and set down the heavy burdens you've been carrying. There are moments in life, perhaps while traveling or even in your own neighborhood, where the actions of others cut deep. You witness people preying on the vulnerability of others, charging triple the price just because they can, or choosing deceit over honesty. It's exhausting. It makes you question whether your own commitment to being a good person is actually just a form of foolishness. You see the magnificent ruins of ancient civilizations and wonder, how did the descendants of such greatness end up living like this? When the air is thick with smog, and the streets are filled with people trying to get one over on you, it's only natural to feel a profound sense of despair. Today, we're going to explore the Buddhist teachings of karma and right livelihood to help you protect your inner peace and find a wealth that no one can steal from you. Long ago in ancient India, there lived a young man named Arjuna, who sold simple fabrics in a bustling market. His village was a hub for traveling caravans, but it was also a breeding ground for greed. The merchants around him would shamelessly exploit travelers, charging exorbitant prices to fund their own luxuries. Arjuna tried to stay true to his father's teaching of fair price for fair work. But as he watched his neighbors feast, while he struggled to buy a single loaf of bread, his heart grew bitter. Am I a fool for being honest? He wondered. The sting of poverty began to warp his soul, tempting him to join the ranks of the deceivers just to survive. One afternoon, Arjuna sought out a wise sage resting beneath a Bodhi tree. He poured out his frustration, the unfairness of it all, the success of the wicked, and the misery of the just. The sage looked at him with profound kindness and offered a metaphor. Imagine a traveler in the desert, who, driven mad by thirst, drinks from a pool of poisoned mud. It may wet his throat for a second, but it will rot him from the inside until he can no longer walk. The one who searches for a pure spring may suffer longer, but he is the only one who will truly live. The wealth you see your neighbors flaunting is but muddy water. It is built on a foundation of fear. The fear of being found out and the fear of being cheated in return. That is not prosperity, that is a prison. Arjuna decided to trust the sage, even though his stomach was empty. He returned to his stall and did something radical. He began to explain the story of his fabrics, how they were woven and why they cost what they did. His neighbors laughed. For days, his pockets remained empty. But then, a traveler returned, bringing others with him. "This man's word is gold," the traveler said. "In a desert of lies, his shop is the only place I trust." Slowly, the tide turned. While the get-rich-quick merchants were constantly fighting off angry customers and sabotaging each other, Arjuna built a fortress of trust. He didn't become a millionaire overnight, but he slept with a clear conscience. His inner peace began to heal his relationships and his home. He realized that true success wasn't about the coins in his hand, but the integrity of his soul. It is perfectly normal to feel the way you do when faced with modern chaos. In places where infrastructure is crumbling and the future feels uncertain, many people fall into survival mode. This is where the Buddhist concept of dependent origination, the idea that everything is interconnected, comes into play. When a society abandons honesty for a quick buck, they aren't just winning at someone else's expense, they are poisoning the very air they breathe. A culture of scams creates a drought of trust. Without trust, businesses can't grow, communities can't cooperate, and the cycle of poverty continues. The reason great civilizations fall isn't just because their stone monuments crumble. It's because the spiritual foundation of sincerity, the glue that holds people together, disintegrates. Practical steps for your daily life. How do we apply this when we are tired and fed up? Don't reflect their shadow in Buddhism. We learn that the actions of a scammer are their own karma. The law of cause and effect. Their deceit belongs to them, don't let it become your anger. Carrying that resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. See them as people trapped in their own cycle of suffering and ignorance. This isn't about being a doormat. It's about setting boundaries for your own mental health. Commit to right livelihood. This is one of the pillars of the Eightfold Path. The practical guide to ending suffering. It means earning your living in a way that doesn't harm others. In a world of short-term gains, being the person who provides long-term value makes you a rare and precious asset. Integrity is the new global currency. Create your own pure land. You cannot fix the smog or the city's infrastructure overnight, but you can curate the atmosphere of your own heart. Practice a few minutes of mindfulness, staying present without judgment every day. If you keep your inner world clean, the chaos outside loses its power to hurt you. A message of hope. Your exhaustion is proof that you still care about what is right. That is a beautiful thing. Do not let a broken world break your spirit. Like the lotus flower that grows in the mud, but remains unstained, you have the power to rise above your surroundings. Your honesty might feel like a disadvantage today, but it is actually your greatest shield. It builds a life that is unshakable. Thank you for being someone who values the truth. Sleep well knowing that you are planting seeds for a future that is bright, honest, and truly wealthy. If this story resonated with you and provided some insights or learning, I'd be delighted if you could press the like button. Also, if you subscribe to the channel, I'll be able to continue sharing various life wisdom and lessons with you. Please share your experiences and thoughts in the comments section as well. Each person's experience becomes valuable learning for other viewers. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end today. I look forward to meeting you all again in the next video.